It says, and David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his son and for his daughters. But David did what? But David, I love this, he encouraged himself in the Lord. All of us need some encouragement sometime or another. All of us have felt down at one time or another. Am I not telling the truth? I felt down at times, you know. There's times where I need a pick-me-up. I need an encouragement. And most of the time, when we need encouragement, we're looking for people to say a timely word, maybe to pray for us, or when we come to church and hopefully the pastor would speak to us and would encourage us. We generally look for other people to encourage us. And I do believe we should be encouraging one another. But friend, you cannot live on the encouragement from others. You have to learn to encourage yourself. You got to find an inner resource within you to be able to say, even if my friend doesn't give me a call, even if the pastor's sermon is a dud, which it never is. That's a lying devil who would say that. But anyway, even if your spouse is down with you, even if everybody is down, what are you going to do? Well, I guess I give up then. If no one's going to help me, no one's going to encourage me. No, that's when you have to find the inner resource within you to say, you know what? I can't be living off of the encouragement of others. I have to encourage myself. I kind of describe it this way. You know, people's encouragement is like turning the key to your car. Starts it up. But if you don't have any gas in the tank, you're not going anywhere. And the gas in the tank is kind of you encouraging yourself. Yes, others will pump you up. Others can help you get things started. But sooner or later, you have to find an inner source within you saying, I'm going to encourage myself. I'm not going to wait for someone to tell me it's going to be okay. I'm not going to wait for a prophecy for another. I'm going to encourage myself. You know, I've been known to be pretty well known in the deliverance ministry. In fact, we have people that come all around the world to come to church. Today we have a couple that's come all the way from Tyler, Texas, just to be with us. People are looking for deliverance. People are looking for help. But one of the things I've learned is, yes, I can bring deliverance by casting out the devil. But Jesus said in Matthew 12 that unless the person changes their life, then the demon comes back. And you know, Pastor Brown's not going to be hanging around you all the time and telling the devil, get away from them, get away from them, get away from them, get away to Satan, leave them alone. Sooner or later, they're going to have to take charge and find the encouragement within themselves to say, I have authority over the devil. I can resist the devil and he can flee from me. Because if we don't learn to grow up and encourage ourselves, we're eventually going to find a place in our life where the trouble is too big, the difficulty is too large, and we're going to throw in the towel and say, what's the point? I gave it my all. There wasn't enough encouragement. I've been pastoring now for 27 years. And through the years, I've seen people come to church. Thousands of people have come. Many thousands have come to give their life to the Lord, come forward to pray the sinner's prayer. But you know, and one of the things I've noticed is there are some who just drop out. They don't go to church anywhere anymore. They've given up. They say, well, I tried it. I tried religion. I tried the church. I tried this. Trouble is, you didn't have what was really necessary to encourage yourself. And I've given it some thought. What is it about David that gave him the power to encourage himself? Why was he able to do it and not wait for anyone else to pump him up? And I saw it. Look here in 1 Samuel chapter 30. We're going to shift to the NIV now. Notice chapter 30, verse 7. Then David said to Abiathar the priest, the son of Amalek, bring me the ephod. Abiathar brought it to him. You know what the ephod is? It's a priestly garment, okay? And David inquired of the Lord, shall I pursue this raiding party? Will I overtake them? Pursue them, God answered. You will certainly overtake them and succeed in the rescue. What was the secret? He tells the priest. Now, what is a priest? A priest is a go-between you and God. It's the one who mediates between you and God. In the Old Testament, the priest, if you wanted to be forgiven, you went to a priest. He offered a lamb, a dove, something you gave him, and he would present it, and then he would come back and say, God has forgiven you. The priest was that mediator. It's that go-between. Many of you who have a Catholic background, you understand a little bit about a priest. You commit a sin, you go to confessional. The priest says, I forgive you, my son, right? And so you look to a man to mediate God's grace in your life. What is David doing? He's not a priest. He's a king. But he looks to the priest, and he's basically telling Abiathar, Abiathar, I respect you. I respect your office. But I'm in a situation right now. I don't need to go to God through a person. I need to go to God directly. And just give me your ephod. And he put on the ephod, and as a priest, he said, God, it's between you and I. It's not between another man. I need to hear from you directly. Do you see this? But many of us, we still have human beings that are our priest. You understand? We might call him a prayer partner. It might be a pastor. It might be a literal priest. But we're looking for someone to go to. I'm here to tell you, if you start living off of priests, you'll never grow up to encourage yourself. Again, am I against the priesthood or against pastors and apostles and prophets and teachers? No, we need them. You'll always need a pastor. Because you'll need someone sometimes to start your car. You'll need that encouragement. But the pastor's job is not to drive the car for you. It's not to fill your tank. He'll just get the car started. You got to fill your own tank. Are you hearing me? You got to find a way. I'm going to encourage myself. I'm going to learn that God can hear me. That I have a relationship with God. That's what the Protestant Reformation is all about. One of the things that the Protestants broke away from the Catholic Church was this idea that in order to go to God, you have to have a mediator called a priest, an earthly human being. And the Protestants said, Peter says that we are a holy priesthood. A holy name. All of us are priests of the Lord. We all have a right to come directly to God through the one and high priest, the Lord Jesus. And I can go to him and have a relationship with God directly. See, but some of us, we still revert back to, I needed a person to pump me up. I need someone to tell me it's going to be okay. And if they don't tell me it's going to be okay, then it's not going to be okay. Friends, sometimes I've been in my life where I had no one that was going to give me the right words to say. But you know the secret is? You have to have a personal relationship with God in order for you to encourage yourself. And the trouble with the church is in the church you have true born-again people. Then you have people who are just religious. They don't have a personal relationship with God. It could be a husband whose relationship with God is via the wife. Oh, Pastor, you know, my wife does the praying, you know. She does the Sunday school classes and you know, I come to church with her but you know, she's the one who leads the family. Mister, you're wrong. You have to have a relationship with God. Because on Judgment Day, your wife's not going to be standing next to you. But Lord, my wife, let me bring her in. She'll tell you how good of a guy I am. No! You have to know God yourself.